Do you know that every problem you have in life is simply because of ignorance? You don't know what to do. In fact, if you examine your prayer life, most of your prayer life, you're probably asking God, tell me what to do. Lord, I don't know what to do. Lord, if you would just tell me what to do. Isn't that the truth? If you knew what to do about your finances, it would change your life. If you knew what to do about your spouse, it would change your life. If you knew how to respond to your boss or to your employees, it would change your life. Most of us are in trouble because we don't know what to do. But God is available, and we have a promise that if we lack wisdom, we can ask God, and God will tell us what we need to know. And the promise is found in James 1, verse 5, one of the greatest promises in the whole Bible. And in James 1:5, the Bible says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God. And this particular word for lack is the word lepo, and it describes a deficit of some kind, a deficit. I've written in Sparkling Gems that we might call this a shortfall, a shortage, a scarcity, or just a deficit. When my family first moved to the former Soviet Union many, many years ago, there was a deficit of everything. If you went to the grocery store, you couldn't find eggs, you couldn't find milk, there was no sugar. There was a deficit of everything, and everyone was on the prowl looking for what they could find. I remember one time there was a deficit of toilet paper, and I looked for toilet paper for 2 weeks. Finally, I drove into the capital city of Riga because we lived in Latvia at that time, and I found toilet paper. In fact, I found shelves of toilet paper, and God is my witness. I bought every roll of toilet paper in that store and filled my car with toilet paper. I walked out with armloads thinking to myself, everyone in this store must think my family has a very serious problem. But the problem was I didn't know when I would see toilet paper again because there was a deficit of toilet paper, a deficit of light bulbs, a deficit of candles, just a shortfall, a scarcity of everything. Well, James says if you have a deficit of wisdom, you ever feel like you've had a deficit of wisdom? If you've had a scarcity of wisdom or a shortfall, and the word wisdom is the word Sophia. And the word Sophia is the Greek word which describes enlightenment. It means special insight. It's wisdom that's not naturally obtained. This is not wisdom that you could just obtain from a book. If it was wisdom obtained from a book, then you could just go get a book and get your answers. But we're talking about answers that are given to you divinely. This is insight. This is something specially revealed to you. Doesn't matter how many times you study, you're still not practically finding the answers that you need. You need wisdom that is special, something that's revealed just for your situation. And James says if you have a scarcity of divine answers, if you have a shortfall of divine wisdom that you need for your exact situation, ask of God. And the word ask is the Greek word aiteo, and I want to read to you directly from Sparkling Gems. Listen to what this word means. The word aiteo means to be adamant in requesting and demanding assistance to meet tangible needs. Tangible needs. I'm talking about paying the bills, how to take care of your house payments, what to do about those problems in your marriage. Tangible needs. This is not just wisdom for spiritual situations. This is special insight to deal with tangible, physical, real, material problems in your life. Again, to be adamant in requesting and demanding assistance to meet tangible needs such as food, shelter, money, and so forth. This person may insist and demand that certain need be met, but he must approach his superior with honor as he makes his request. The word aiteo, which is the word ask, is the idea of the one that asking has a full expectation that he's going to receive the thing that he is so adamantly demanding. And when you put all of these together in one phrase, it could be interpreted like this. Now listen very carefully. If anyone lacks insight, let him firmly request it. Or you could translate it, if anyone has a shortage of wisdom, does that sound like you? If anyone has a shortage of wisdom, he should demand it. If anyone is baffled and doesn't know what to do, He should be bold to ask. And when you ask, you should also be expecting to receive your answer. But there is a requirement. God makes a very clear requirement. You can demand and God will answer. But you've got to meet God's requirement first. That's what I'm going to tell you about in tomorrow's gem. So tomorrow you got to be with us for refuel, because I'm going to tell you the requirement you have to fulfill in order for God to give you the wisdom that you need. I pray this has been good for you today and it's been helpful. If you've got a shortfall or if you've got a scarcity of answers, God is the one who holds them. And you have every right to ask, but you've got to meet God's requirement first. So join me tomorrow and I'll tell you about that requirement.